Bundesliga stars make dreams come true in time for Christmas by meeting fans and helping children. We also have a special Christmas present. You asked for the best ever Bundesliga comebacks. So here's our top 10, packed with effort, fighting spirit and a bit of luck.
Merry Christmas.
In his first derby, Jurgen Klopp found out how spectacular the Bundesliga can be. His Dortmund side looked down and out when 3-0 down after 54 minutes. Disbelief amongst the Borussia fans. But Schalke got somewhat overconfident in the second half and had Panda and Ernst sent off for unnecessary aggression.
11 men versus 9. What price Dortmund saving this one? Oh, that's a fine header. Subotic making up for conceding a goal to Westermann. Putting Dortmund at least back in with a chance of saving this one. Fry. What a sensational goal. What a truly magnificent return to the first team from Alex Fry. 2-3. Are we on the verge of a sensation? Alex Fry. Cool customer. Can he equalise? 3-0 down, 3-0. What a fight back. Who would have thought it possible after Westermann put Schalke 3 up?
Dortmund won a moral victory against their arch-rivals from Gelsenkirchen. And as you'll see later in this top 10, that derby could get even crazier. This game is legendary for all Frankfurt fans. Not much action before half-time, but the second half saw 7 goals. After the break, the visitors from Stuttgart went 3-0 up in 21 minutes. But not long after, former Stuttgart man Roland Weidler headed in to make it 3-2, and Frankfurt were back in it. Man of the match was double goal scorer Bernd Hölzenbein. He equalised in front of 30,000 spectators at Frankfurt's Waldstadion before scoring the winner in the 84th minute. No wonder the 1974 world champion is an Eintracht Frankfurt legend. This goal fest is why we love football. If this fan re-watches the game at home, he'll realise Bussmann's red card was the turning point. Suddenly the home side's lead started to melt away.
And Fortuna, Mark Uth, not in the bag just yet. What an odd game. Well, maybe they fancy the chances, Hoffenheim, and they should. Mark Uth has done it again. From 4-1 to 4-3 in a flash. A rueful shake of the head from Martin Schmidt. Rudi with the latest corner for Hoffenheim. Kramaric. And it's come to Zule. Over the line it goes. Soloy it was to make it 4-4.
Of all players, it was former Mainz man Adam Soloy who would rescue Hoffenheim. Julian Nagelsmann experienced every emotion football has to offer in this amazing game. And at the end, he could celebrate a hard-fought point. '60 Munich found themselves 3-0 down at half-time at their Olympiastadion. Fresh from winning the European Championship in the summer with Germany, Klaus Allofs had scored twice for Dusseldorf. But in the second half, Rudi Völler was unleashed. The 1990 world champion was only 20 years old at the time, but showed how clinical he could be in front of goal, scoring the first hat-trick of his career in this game. The winning goal, a lob over Dusseldorf keeper Jörg Daniel, still brilliant today. A bad game for the Fortuna coach Otto Rehhagel, who would later become Völler's biggest promoter in Bremen. Bochum coach Rolf Schafstall was under pressure. He could only stay on if he avoided relegation. 2 match days before the end of the season, Bochum only 2 points clear of the drop zone. After 36 minutes, his side were 3-1 down. During the break, Schafstall was vocal in the dressing room. His players realised they would be relegated on this showing and turned things around. Schafstall nearly as active on the touchline as his players on the pitch. Frank Heinemann's penalty made it 4-3 after being 3-0 down. The game went down in Bochum history. Schafstall is still regarded as one of the best coaches in the art of avoiding relegation. Bochum remained in the top division because of that comeback. Bayern congratulated Leverkusen at the start of this game. 3 days before this thrilling match, the Rhineland team had won the UEFA Cup and possibly celebrated a bit too much. After taking a 3-0 lead, Leverkusen ran out of steam. Lothar Matthäus showed great spirit and class to make it 3-1. Jürgen Wegmann scored the equaliser with his chest. The striker has the nickname Cobra because he's more poisonous than a snake in front of goal. He also went on to score the winner. In the 81st minute, he headed Bayern into the lead and ensured a second-place finish in the league for the Bavarians. A brace from Edin Dzeko and a goal from Diego, who had come back to Wolfsburg at the start of the season, put Wolfsburg 3-0 up after half an hour, before Morten Rasmussen made it 3-1 shortly before the break. Just after half-time, Colombian Elkin Soto halved the deficit to 3-2. Coach Thomas Tuchel could tell the comeback was on, so he brought on Andre Schürrle and Adam Soloy to go for the win.
Nearly an hour gone, and Mainz getting themselves back into this game. This is Schürrle. He's had a little look up. Great strike from Andre Schürrle. 30 metres out, and the Bruchweg boys are back on level terms. 5 minutes left. Mainz feel they can get something out of this. Adam Soloy! Incredible comeback from Mainz. 4-3.
Mainz beat Wolfsburg and started the 2010-11 season with 7 straight wins. They're the most recent club to have won after going 3 goals down. This breathtaking match is often called the Battle of Betzenberg. Bayern led 4-1 after a goal from Gerd Müller in the 57th minute. Some fans had already gone home. They went on to miss an incredible comeback. Klaus Toppmöller made it 4-2. Josef Pirung's goal made it 4-3 and gave Kaiserslautern hope. And after his 73rd minute equaliser, the stadium shook. Hat-trick man Pirung soon had an offer from Munich. However, he stayed and is still revered in Kaiserslautern. The young Franz Beckenbauer had just become a European champion. His men were humbled. From 4-1 down, Kaiserslautern went 7-4 up in 33 minutes. It was the first and still the only time in Bundesliga history a team's been 3 goals down, gone on to win by more than 1 goal. The 151st meeting between Dortmund and Schalke was the derby of the century. Incredible drama over 97 minutes. At first, the pace was too much for Schalke, and Dortmund were running riot over their arch rivals.
Guerrero! 25 minutes on the clock, and Dortmund are 4-0 up.
Then began a comeback, the likes of which the Bundesliga hasn't seen for 41 years.
Burgstaller, and they've got one back. Schalke have a little hope. Here's Harit, and it's 4-2. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang dismissed for the first time in his Bundesliga career. Caligiuri! Unbelievable! 4-3! Last chance now. Naldo! They've done it! 4-4! An incredible derby! Remember the date, the 25th of November 2017. Dortmund 4, Schalke 4, the mother of all German derbies.
A moral victory for Schalke. Dortmund left in shock, and Naldo, the hero in the derby of the century. Bayern came with a warning, a 9-0 win against New Boys tennis Borussia Berlin the week before. Gerd Müller, Uli Hoeneß, Franz Beckenbauer. Coach Detmar Kramer's side were a star ensemble. But little Bochum pushed Bayern to the limit. Unfortunately, there are no videos of this match, but after 53 minutes, Munich were 4-0 down. Then things changed. In just 20 minutes, the Bavarians scored 5 goals, 2 from Müller, an equaliser for Bochum, but Uli Hoeneß scored an 89th minute winner to make it 6-5. An appropriate comment from Bayern coach Kramer: football's the most beautiful game there is. It remains the only time in Bundesliga history that a team with a 4-goal lead has gone on to lose the game.